One of the greatest thought experiments in history was Galileo's refutation of Aristotle's position that heavier objects fall faster than lighter objects. There's a false story that he did this by dropping things off the Leaning Tower of Pisa. The reality is much more interesting. On Aristotle's view, a rock falls because it is made of the element earth, and it is seeking its natural condition of rest in its proper place, down with all the other things made of the same element. Meanwhile, a stick is a composite of earth and air, which explains why it floats. The air in the stick is naturally situated above the water, while the earth in the stick is naturally situated below the water. So if you drop a stick and a rock at the same time, Aristotle's view is that the air in the stick will hold back its descent, making it fall slower. Galileo's refutation lies in asking, what would happen if you bind the rock and the stick together? Well, since the combined object is heavier than the rock by itself, it follows that it will fall faster than the rock alone. But since the stick falls slower than the rock, the combined object's descent will be slowed by its slower component, the stick. So the combined object will fall faster than the stick alone, but slower than the rock alone. But this means the combined object will fall both faster and slower than the rock alone, which is clearly contradictory. Galileo took this to imply that something must be wrong with the initial assumption, which is that objects fall at different rates depending on their elemental composition. Instead, Galileo suggested that all objects fall at the same rate independently of their composition. And if this is so, something had to be fundamentally wrong with Aristotelian physics. Probably the most dramatic empirical confirmation of this occurred in 1971, when astronaut David Scott from the Apollo 15 moon mission dropped a hammer and a feather on the moon. Without any air resistance, the hammer and feather fell at the same rate. You can find video of this with a bit of searching.